A professional golfer died on the weekend. His name was Grayson Murray, and he suffered from depression and anxiety. His parents released a statement confirming that he took his own life. He was 30 years old, recently engaged, 8 months sober, and was competing in a PGA tournament in Texas before his death. He withdrew from that tournament with 2 holes remaining during the second round. PGA Tour has 4 days of competition. And the next morning, it was announced that he had died. He had cited illness when he left the course, and that day went back to where he was staying and took his own life. As I mentioned, his parents released a statement. Here is part of that statement. We have spent the last 24 hours trying to come to terms with the fact that our son is gone. It's surreal that we not only have to admit it to ourselves, but that we also have to acknowledge it to the world. It's a nightmare. You might be asking yourself, why is Jimmy talking about this to start the show? This didn't even happen here in Australia. To answer honestly, I don't know. I didn't know Grayson. Maybe it's because I love golf. Maybe it's because I suffer from depression and anxiety myself. But if I'm being really honest, it's because my biggest fear is one day I will take my own life. 8.6 Australians die every day by suicide. That's over 8 Australians every day die by suicide. 75% of those who take their own life are male, and suicide is the leading cause of death for Australians between the ages of 15 and 44. So when you ask yourself, why is Jimmy talking about this? It's because it fucking needs to stop. Grayson played nearly 2 rounds of golf on TV with interviews around other players, and nobody noticed anything. Now, I'm not blaming these people, but what I am saying is you never know when someone is suffering. I saw an interview once with Grayson. He talked about how he's always fighting depression and anxiety. And as someone who has both, I never thought about it like that. I always felt that I fought it sometimes and my battles would come and go. He spoke about how he's always fighting it and sometimes he needs to wear the mask. What's the mask? The mask is something people who suffer from depression, anxiety, and other things use so they can face the day. Some people have told me, Jimmy, you don't need to wear a mask, you can just be yourself. And I appreciate that, but sometimes you want to wear the mask, and sometimes you don't want to be yourself. You wear the mask so you feel like everyone else. You wear the mask because it's nice to pretend that you don't have depression and anxiety. The only problem with the mask is that the more you wear it, the more people can't tell that you're wearing it. And you can go into work, host a radio show, play in a golf tournament. Nobody knows you're suffering. And everyone thinks you're all right. Because you've been wearing that mask for so long. I fucking hate this disease and I fucking hate that it keeps taking lives.